Hello, welcome to our IT Security Lab weekly live stream. And in today's video, we have Symfonos 5. Symfonos 5 is a great machine for us to learn for the OSCP and also just to be better at using Burp Suite and learning different attack methodologies. So thank you all for joining me tonight. I appreciate everyone who is here. And as always, we have our lab set up here, which is really wonderful. I think it's a great lab for all of us here. So thank you for joining tonight. Appreciate those who are here. BT, it's good to see you, man. Thanks for joining. All right, today we have a fun machine, and this is going to be really fun because I think we haven't used Burp Suite a lot on this channel. So you're going to see that I'm going to be using Burp a lot, which is going to be fun. Then we have a nice attack that I think is going to be really helpful for those of us who are not too familiar with attacking and stuff like that. So this is going to be good. All right. Last time I spent some time trying to get my security onion moved from this lab, and I think I broke it. So today we might not be able to use it, but the attack is really worth our time for tonight at least. The attack that we're doing tonight is going to be super fun. So I think one way or another, we should be able to still accomplish a really good machine. I don't expect this live stream to take as long as the other ones, but it's going to be a fun attack here. So let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions about your security onion setup or your lab setup in general. But otherwise, this is going to be fun. Let's go to my Kali Linux. Let me show you the setup first. This is my Kali Linux and it's running on VMware Fusion, and this is running locally on my Mac here in VMware Fusion. Then our lab for today, I moved it to a Windows 10 machine. This is over the network and it's actually in VirtualBox. I couldn't get this machine to run in VMware, so it's running in VirtualBox on the same network, my lab network. So this is where it is. So if you try to run Symfonos 5, make sure to go to run it in VirtualBox. Somehow with VMware there is some issues and I didn't want to deal with them. So today we're just going to be attacking it in here. As you can see, I always take a snapshot of my machine. In this case it's named before attack. Just in case this thing crashes from my brute forces or anything like that, we're going to be able to just reset it quickly. So that's the good part about this. Then that means that no traffic is flowing through our ESXi today, except maybe the one that's going to security onion, which we hope it works. If it doesn't, that's okay. I'm moving things around in my lab environment here. So as always, we start in here with ping 192.168.38, and this machine today is on 15. As you can see, I get my responses. This is my own personal thing where I always want to ping before I start attacking any machine. So as you can see, 15 is giving us responses. So let's run our nmap minus sv minus sc 192.168.38.15. If you've been here for a while, you probably have this memorized by now. This is default script looking for service versions, and then we're using default scripts that come with nmap to scan our target. So we're going to find out if there's anything that's running on this target. And if you're brand new to ethical hacking, nmap is a great tool for enumerating, make sure that things are working. So let's move me so that we have more time, more space here. And while it's running, let's give it a minute here. Let me look how many people are here. Yeah, we have a bunch of people. Thank you all for joining. As always, every week, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, sometimes 9:10, 9:15, depending on if I get stuck with something. We come here and we crack one machine for the week. And the goal here is to really learn ethical hacking. We just want to become better at ethical hacking. And there's only one way this is going to go. We practice, 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 and practice. Keep practicing every single week. We're going to get better because we're going to be exposed to different methodologies, different things that we get to see. And as you see today, I'm actually going to use a different way than you have seen on this channel before. So you're going to learn something new from this attack that we are doing on Symfonos 5 today, which is always the great thing to do. So if you like learning hands-on, less of the talking and just learning, this is a great channel for you. Consider subscribing. All right, so our nmap finished, and again, it's network mapper. It looks at our target machine. What is running there? cport 22, 7.9 P1. That version, we've seen it so many times. There is no available exploits that I know of, but we have port 80, and today we have LDEP and LDEP SSL. So that's interesting, especially with the version of LDEP being 2.2 something. We can look for exploits for this version of LDEP if we wanted to. But since we just saw port 80 here, let's do what most people would do. I'm going to reuse GoBuster or Dirbuster. Dirbuster is going to brute force for directories on this site. Then we'll also go and check it out while our Dirbuster is running. 38.15. And we're going to look for PHP extension. That's okay. And let's browse to the... This is where the word list is that we're going to be using for brute forcing. And this one is in the D, it's right here, Dirbuster. I always like to use the medium.txt unless if there's anything special. So I'm going to use medium.txt here. Select this. Yeah, I'm going to be brute forcing recursively. Start. This is where you now know that Security Onion will be making a lot of noise from this. So this is something you probably want to do, but not in a production environment. So let's put this maybe to 50. Let's speed these things up a little. All right, while it's doing that, let's go check out the site manually. But before I do that, I have my proxy set here. So let me remove that because I don't have a proxy yet. So this is where you go in Firefox to change the proxy. I think it's all the way down here, network settings. And I'm going to say no proxy for now, so I can access that. All right. So let's go to 192.168.38.15. This is a Symfonos machine. I've shown you guys one machine in the Symfonos series. There's 1 to 5. And there it is. This is to be expected, just an image. Someone last time said, can we save the image? So let's save this image. What we want to do is want to look for any artifacts in this image using strings first, or we can use steg hide. Zeus.jpg sounds good. Save. And then let's open a terminal. That image is in the downloads folder, so we'll go to that folder right away. I want to be root. That's our image. So with strings, I'm looking for anything of interest, right? I'm looking for text that makes sense. Maybe like words like pass or anything like that, or HTTP or anything that looks like a link. So strings is my first one to go to, and in this case I'm seeing a bunch of gibberish that doesn't make a lot of sense, which is to be expected. There's nothing hidden in that image, but if there was, I would have at least gotten a clue from there. You can run steg hide, which is another nice tool to run, but we don't have that. So we're going to rely on our results from GoBuster here, which is we're brute forcing some directories on our machine. If you joined us a little later, we're attacking a machine from VownHub called Symfonos 5. VownHub is a platform where you can just go and download a machine and then practice your ethical hacking on that, skills on that machine. And in this case, that machine is running on VirtualBox. I couldn't get this one to run in VMware, gave me weird errors, so I'm just going to stick with VirtualBox for now, and I'm just attacking it from there. And that's the reason why we do this, is because we just want to learn and practice, as you all know, makes perfect. That's why we have this lab. And so far we are brute forcing some directories. We found out that port 80 is open, and we also have LDEP, which is open, but so far I'm not seeing any. Oh wait, I'm seeing some results. Home.php, admin.php. Oh, that's interesting. Let's go check those. Let's pause this. Home.php. Ah, weird. Do you see that? We typed home.php here and it got redirected to admin.php. Let's do it again. Make sure that it's not doing any funny business. Let's copy that. Sure enough, it is. Let's look at the page source to see if we can see something interesting. Alright, so this page source is showing us admin here. Admin.php. I'm not seeing any interesting things. Alright, so the good thing is we have a login page. First thing you do when you see a login page right away is let's try SQL. That's obvious, right? If I do this, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you guys another cool trick that I do for SQL to make sure that I don't spend too much time here trying a bunch of things. I'm just going to start my burp suite, and I'll show you using SQL map. My goal is to really get comfortable with burp suite so that I know where to go and how to use it properly, like second nature to me. And that's why we need to use burp suite here. I know you can manually do single quotes, then the quotes and stuff like that. But for now, I want us to practice burp suite, which is a wonderful tool for enumerating, especially what we're doing here with your website. So let's practice our burp skills tonight, and you're going to see more of burp because personally I want to get really good at it, at least using the basic syntax in burp. So we go to our proxy. Yeah, all right, so far interception is on, but I need to enable my proxy in here. It listens on port 8080 by default. So let's do that. Go to settings. This is where you go in Firefox to get your settings. Manual proxy settings, we're listing locally because that's where burp suite is, and we're sending traffic to port 8080. So let's do that. Now, if I refresh this is going to be intercepted by burp right there. All right, so this is the request that we made to the admin page. And since we have a login page here, I'm going to try to do, let's forward this one. There's nothing there. I'm going to try to do just a simple test. Let's do admin. Don't serve. Yes, I actually use Foxy Proxy on my Mac for other things, especially for SSH tunneling via a browser. So that's interesting that you say that. Let's forward this one. It's interesting that you said use Foxy Proxy, because I actually use Foxy Proxy on my other Mac. I need to just add it here. It's a plugin in Firefox that you can just enable on and off so that you don't go to the settings like I was doing. Okay. Here I wanted to do an interception of admin, and then I'm going to try to see if I can inject, just test all the injections for SQL here to make sure that everything is working. Okay, so here's our request. What we want to tamper with is the form for logging in. So if I put a wildcard here after admin and another wildcard after admin, this is a trick that I learned. I can then save this to file and use the whole request that I have right now with SQL map to test all kinds of SQL injections, so I don't have to manually do anything, which I think is really good. So copy to file. It's in my downloads. SQL test 1. Save. Right. So now if I go to my terminal here, I have my SQL test 1. That's just that request. There's nothing special here. It's just a simple request that we're going to be making, but we're going to be injecting parameters here and here. All right. So I'm going to say, actually, let's save ourselves some time here. Enumeration, SQL map. I have my cheat sheet saying, hey, SQL map, if you save from burp, this is what you do. You can batch these to make sure that they run. So that I'm just going to copy that. And I'll explain what it's doing here. Okay, I'm saying, hey, SQL map, read this file. And in this case, I'm saying SQL test 1. The level that I'm looking for is 5 and risk 3. And the batch option here is going to say yes to all those SQL map questions. And man, I wish Security Onion was running. This would be been a fun to look at in Security Onion. But as you can see, we're injecting all kinds of parameters here. It's testing this, all the different SQL commands that you would manually test. It's testing to see if any of them works or not. And it will also tell us if it's vulnerable to SQL injection or not. And this is my favorite way of doing it. I don't even worry about trying manual things and stuff like that. But wait, I wonder if I needed to turn my interception off. Somebody let me know in the comments. I'm curious if I needed to turn my interception off to properly test. But so far I'm not seeing anything. If one of these worked, it would have popped up right away, say, yo, we found one. But as you can see, this is just like crazy testing. Again, if you do this in a production environment, you're going to be caught. It's not going to be fun. We're just doing it from here. And while it's running, let's revisit something that I might have glanced too quickly over. Remember, we were not trying to go to admin.php. We looked at our results here. We went to home.php, and home.php is redirecting to admin.php. That's a very important point that we need to keep in mind here. What is happening with the redirection? Burp is going to show us exactly how it's happening and how the redirection is going when we forward everything to repeater. So let's check SQL map to see if it found anything. Now, if something was going on, I would have seen it by now. So I encourage you to maybe let it finish. But for the sake of our time, let's go and check the redirection. That looks more interesting. Interception on. Okay. We're going to home.php. So let's copy this. Sometimes you have to clear your cache to make sure that you're not. Yeah, it's home.php. So since interception is on, this is going to be intercepted. So we have home.php here, which is interesting. Now let's send it to repeater. And then we can see what is going on here. Let's use the repeater to see what's going on, and then hopefully we can read it properly. Because what the hell? Okay, now if you say send from home.php, this is where it ends up with admin.php, and let's see what's happening here. Location admin.php right here. So this is what's really directing us, and we can see it in a simple interface that we can. Oh, no redirection add-on. I haven't tried that one. Yeah, I'm curious what's actually on the actual page. But looks like there's an internal. It's referencing this local PHP portraits.php here when it goes in there. So every time I see this equal sign here, I think of local file inclusion, because what it's doing is really, it's saying, hey, home.php URL, the actual URL that we can go to is this one, which is interesting, right? Because we didn't see that from here. We saw it right here. All right. So that's interesting. Let's check out let's do it this way. So if we come here and put a question mark here and do the same URL equals to this admin.php, remember on the actual server, the location is in such var such www such html admin.php. That's the actual location for admin.php. So if that holds true, that's what we have here. Let's go to burp. I don't know if this will work or not, but that's what we're injecting here. Can I paste in here? All right, let's send this one. That's the same one. So that makes sense. Oh, no. Admin.php. All right. Now that looks interesting. The admin page is giving us LDEP stuff. Remember, from here we have LDEP, which is open, and it looks like when I went to the admin page itself, using this local file inclusion here, we went straight to it right here. I was actually going to test via the past WP page, but I'm not going to do that. It actually works. So local file inclusion works. If this didn't happen for us, like it did for me, what you can do is test this one. And send this one. You get this result here, which shows us that local file inclusion is actually working, as you can see. So we can read any file that we have access to using this, by altering this parameter here. But I just went straight to the actual page, and I was hoping to do it this way. Before I go to that, I finish that admin, let's go to home.php, which is going to hopefully give me real home. No, it's still doing the same. Going to admin. All right, so let's go and check out that LDEP stuff that we found there. As you can see, this is super simple stuff that if you just know how to use them, you can have a lot of fun here. We were just checking local file inclusion because we saw it from a page that was just getting redirected, and we started asking questions like, well, why is it getting redirected? Right here by seeing this parameter. And every time I see .php with a question mark and something equals, I always test for local file inclusion by checking etc password or ls or something like that. But in this case, we have interesting stuff. We have LDEP information, and it looks like someone was not smart enough to, they actually hard-coded the LDEP credentials in here. which is good, which is good for us because this is super easy. So people are lazy; they'll hard code credentials all the time in their code, and this is one of the reasons why you don't want to do that. Because now using this local file inclusion, I now have this LDEP equals information, and I have a password for LDEP, which brings us to the LDEP service. With a password and this version of LDEP, can we exploit this LDEP then to gain shell? And for that, we can find out right now. Let's just go here. It's all about Google. I don't like. Oh yeah, there's a Python script that somebody has here that we can use for enumerating, and since we have some credentials, we can use this. We have a username and password. We can use their LDEP password. I'm just showing you these resources, then I'll show you the command that I ran. But there's a bunch of documentation out there for enumerating LDEP. And if you're not familiar with LDEP, LDEP is what you use for local directories. So think of Active Directory, LDEP. They're different, but use the same infrastructure. Meaning LDEP is the backend, and you can use LDEP for managing user accounts, computers, groups, and stuff like that. So that's what we use it for, and it's really a gold mine for us. We have access to LDEP. We can do things. We can even use Nmap. I think. Yeah, we can use an LDEP Nmap. Let's find that. Yeah, there's an Nmap LDEP script. There we go. Maybe we'll go with that one. Watch me leave the actual documentation from Nmap looking for someone's blog, because someone's blog is better, I think. There we go. So you can specify the port here. We are going to go with this one. So we can use this Nmap here. I have my interception off. Oh, I hate this. No, I don't like it at all. Nope. I'm going to go with mine. I was just showing you where you can go. I'm going to show you the command that you can run for this one in particular. We're going to just use LDEP search. But as you see, we have options for LDEP. And using LDEP search, we can say, hey, LDEP search, let's go to this machine here on port 389. And our DC equals Symfonos. This information I just copied from our burp here. Right here. And the password and everything. And then let's search with LDEP for more users and stuff like that. And as you can see, it's a very quick one. Now we are here. We found users. Zeus at Symfonos.local. So we have a user, a password which looks like an MD5. So let's hope we can crack that one. Wait, no, it's not an MD5, it's base 64. But if I didn't know that, let's go here. We have this user, we also have this administrator. The reason why I'm not even going for this one is because I know that one will not work for us. I can choose base 64 here. No, I need to be able to choose this. I don't know why I can't. Did they change this? Okay, No problem. I don't want to use my my Kali Linux because I don't want it to crash on me. All right, we got our password here. So this was a quick one. So you learned something there from decoding. I don't know why this didn't work. Interesting. All right, so we have a password. Oh, thank you. See, I told you that I'm not too comfortable with burp. I knew it does decode. I need to paste it first. Thank you. All right, that's a good one. So let's try that actually. Was I want to practice this. And the goal here is that we need to learn this stuff. We need to brute force our way into these skills pretty much. And all right, I have a password. I'm not going to worry about that one for now. But now I know. Thank you. I need to copy and paste it. Okay, so I have a password and I have a user, Zeus. So let's SSH with Zeus. If you see something like this, I have some known hosts. I reuse this all the time. So all right, my password, let me in, is Zeus. Let's hope I'm not missing something there. All right, we're in. Now, tell me that is not cool stuff. I think that is really cool that we can use abuse LDEP using burp to actually end up here. To me, that is a big takeaway. So if we see LDEP and we see local file inclusion in the next machines, this is something that we're going to have in our bag of tricks. First, I need to make sure that actually, I need to make sure that my terminal is not giving me problems. This time we're lucky. We have a fully functional terminal, no issues whatsoever. And our ls here, we see those debs. So we see that we only have one user, at least from the home directory from here. And we see the same stuff that we had for Zeus. Here there's multiple things you can do, right? If you want, you're feeling lucky, it's not gonna happen. Or it did happen. What I'm doing here, I'm just checking, are there any other users that might be of interest? You know, we saw that we have Zeus. We might see a list of other users here that we can pivot to with horizontal. But right now, we're working with Zeus. And compulsively, I do sudo -l. This is going to let me know what else I can run on this machine as sudo. And guess what? Almost every time, like clockwork, we see something. This time we can run this user bin d package. Whatever that is, I don't know. I will go to Google and type privilege escalation. There's someone who made a list of all these sudo -l somewhere on the internet. But those words plus this should give me something. Look at that. So it looks like we have a hacking article here. Yeah, this is the one that I always reference most of the time. I think they have a bunch of different ones. Yeah, as you can see, this is a great resource for you, but let's look for what we're here for. We're here for the D package stuff. Is it here? It's probably somewhere. Okay, no. They don't have it here. Let's go to the results that... Or maybe it says here that it's there, but okay. Whatever that thing is doing. Here we have a document that tells us how everything is done for our particular situation. So our job is to read this, figure out how they're escalating out their privileges, and make sure that everything is working. All right. So now that you know where to find the answers from, let's go and attack this. I know this because I've already done it, but you know where to find the answers. It's not magic, actually. It's just everything is on the internet. You just have to know what you're looking at, and also how to interpret the results. So from this, here's what we're doing. Actually, I haven't executed this yet. Let me do it on my Kali here. I'm going to make a directory for Symfonos 5 because I'm about to do stuff. All right, so what I want to do is from those results, we need to install this right here. I didn't make this up. That's what the thing says to do. And I'm having problems. This is what happens when you're attacking. Things don't just go seamlessly. So we need to figure out how to fix this. The following may help to resolve the situation. The following packages have unmet dependencies. Oh, really? How do I fix this? So hacking is not some kumbaya stuff where you just do it and you point and shoot. You run into random errors. I'm trying to install a tool so I can privilege ESC, and it's already giving me problems. Ooh, this is not going to be fun. All right, let's fix it. I haven't updated this Kali, so this can go either way. But hey, this is the beauty of you watching it, and it's also helpful because we're not singing kumbaya here. We're trying to attack a machine. It's supposed to be a challenge, right? So let's see what happens there. And the disservice that would have happened is if I had done this ahead of time, you would not have seen this part happening. Then you would have tried it yourself and you would have gotten this. If someone knows how to fix this, please help me in the comments here. Following packages have unmet dependencies. Breaks. Okay. If we cannot install this, we will be running into some serious trouble. Let me see what else I can find. I'm trying to do a full upgrade here. I'm trying to avoid a full upgrade because I do not want to spend too much time here. Same issue. All right, I need to fix this. Six breaks. Oh yeah, I just tried the fix break install. I think you're talking about this one, right? Yeah. I'm making stuff up. I'm making stuff up as I go. No, that's not how you do it. Don't do that. All right. So if I can get this essential here, I might have to badge and just it's Ruby gems in Kali, right? Fix broken. Yeah, you didn't like that. Thank you. All right. Not selecting Ruby instead of... All right, let's do this. I always have another Kali running. You always have another Kali brewing somewhere, right? Let's put this Kali on the same network. I might get lucky with this older version. Bridged. Yeah, let's put it there. What is this Kali? Okay. Okay, I'll try that if this one doesn't work here. The trouble with this new Kali that I'm introducing here is that I don't know if I can copy and paste to it. First, IPA. Let's look up, is it in the right network? Ping our victim machine. All right. Let's try it. Now it's a matter of, can I copy and paste all the way 3 layers in? Nope. Ruby dev. Ruby dev. Sure. Maybe that's a sign that I need to upgrade my Kali. Right, if it happens here again, then we know we need to make sure that things are working, right? Look at that. This older version of Kali is fine. So we do it from here. But before we start going too crazy in here, I want to make sure this thing is actually working, going to the right machine. Someone said, "Oh, apt install also works." Maybe I gave up too easily. Okay, for now, let's just try what I have here. You know what? I hate giving up. Let's do it. People are saying install to be. Okay, just found an article. Sure, apt install also works. When you say apt install also works, what do you mean? I hate giving up, but at the same time, I have to be smart so that I don't spend too much time. I think this is what you're talking about. Really? This is part of the process, guys. Nobody said hacking was super easy, right? I'll be lying to you if I just came in here and spent 5 minutes on a machine and say, yeah, that's how you do it. No, it's not that easy. All right. Let's use my backup machine so we can at least get root here. So we can SSH as Zeus at 192.168.38.15. Yes. The problem is I have to type Zeus's password now, which I'm not too keen about. I think I found it by base 64 decoder here. So that was a little snag in the way, but no problem. We got it covered with our backup machine. Then I'll figure out what's happening here. Let's put. Okay, so we can paste it here. I'll be damned if I have to type it in here. Oh no, I don't have to. All right, I guess it's not a big deal after all. All right, so okay, so we're in as Zeus, and we found out that if we do a sudo -l, we have that D package here, and we did some research and we found out that we can exploit that. So in here, in our curly, if we do that, this is where we're going to be doing all of our magic. Let's see if I have used this curly. I've only used it for this one. All right, so let's do my my installations again. Let's copy that. And here's the second one that is needed for our privilege escalation. I'm installing this on my Kali Linux. Then we'll move everything after we compiled from my Kali to the victim machine. And since we have SSH open, we can use SCP, we can use Python. It's the options are always there. But for now, let's see if Gem would install this one. GTFO beans to get root. I can't tell if you're trolling or not. Unable to download data HTTPs. Oh, come on. We need this for this to work, otherwise we won't be able to get root. Let's give it a minute here. Make sure that it works. Maybe I need to do it again. And this is why we like these challenges, right? Awesome. So that seems to work and it's clean. Let's see if the second one works. Oh, right now we're trying to escalate our privileges on our machine, and we found out that we can escalate using this D package thing going on here. And if you go online and read about privilege escalation using that D package, you follow the steps that we're doing here, where we will, you know what? We'll compile everything from Kali Linux, then move our exploit to our victim machine. So that's what we're trying to do right now. All right. Could not find valid gem FPS. Here is why. Unable to download from. Okay, so since it doesn't want that, let me see what I can find. Install. Right, I'm just looking up why this is failing again. Oh, I found something. Oh, you guys cannot see this one. This is from GitHub. It's suggesting that we do this. We tried. I thought it said it had already installed it. So what else are we installing now? All right. Thank you, Matthew. Some people who are watching this are like, wow, I don't want to be an ethical hacker. This doesn't look fun. Well, this is the fun part, right? When you're trying to do things, privilege escalation and everything, this is what happens. And let's do it this way. Okay, so this is failing to connect to kali.org. No problem, we'll figure out why. Oh, I've seen this error before. I've seen this error before in Kali. Older versions of Kali have problems accessing http.kali.org. People have to go in there and change them to HTTPS. Dumb stuff. Let's try what Matthew says. No document. FPM. All right. Let's see if it works. If this doesn't work, you know what? I'm going to do this inside the actual machine, victim machine itself. Because I'm getting tired of trying to do it here. I might actually just try it in here as Zeus. The reason why I want to do it from my other machine is because I'm trying to avoid crashing my machine. But if I keep having a hard time, you know what? Maybe this machine came preloaded with the goodies. If you do this on Hack the Box, alright, so this is giving me another error. Not a problem. Let's try it one last try on our actual machine to make sure that at least we tried everything, right? Where is my terminal from here? I like it. Alright, here. I'm hoping that the creator was kind enough to do it for us in here. No. Not even. Never mind. I can't because I don't have enough permissions. We're one step further away, guys. Now I'm going to look. Kali cannot install gem. That's the error. This is 2019. I cannot be the only one. Yeah. Oh. No. Let me make sure that I didn't mess anything up. Gem install no document. All right. I'm going to go with that one. Then we'll fix the error that comes after that. But if you're just curious, after that we should just be able to run an fpm command to compile the exploit. Then after compiling the exploit, we'll be in business. So it's that simple. On remote machine, try sudo. Okay, we can try that while this is running. Oh, you know what? I think I know what's happening here. Here is my problem. Right here. I had an IP conflict in the lab. This was my mistake. Yeah, I think this. Yeah, this is it. Let me edit this. Let me just put it to DHCP so it gets an IP from DHCP right away. This way we don't get problems. Delete that. Okay. What do we get from... this is not right. This IP address that I have here is the IP address for my security onion, so I have a problem in the lab because of that. And this DNS server doesn't exist either. .255.255.255. .1. Okay, let's save that. And let's do this one, disconnect and connect it back with the new IP address. Hopefully it shows up 155. Okay. Look at that. I was just being a dumbass here with my networking. So what I did, I can explain to you, is I had hard-coded an IP address on this Kali Linux a long time ago. Then I also installed a new security onion with a DHCP reservation of the same IP address. So there was an IP address conflict in my lab, and of course it wasn't. DNS was confused, and I'm using a Windows DNS server. So thank you, Matthew. Your solution works. All right. Let's just make sure that that actually succeeded. This should tell me that it's already installed. There we go. So we're in business. All right. That was an interesting one. Now that we know that we have that, let's make our gem. I think this is what Simihan was going for, the bin bash option. Let's make a shell command, and in this case I'm just going to put this bang bin bash like you suggested. Such bin, such bash. That's what it's literally going to do. All right, so now it's right here. Another option after that is let's make sure that we can now run the commands, and this is all part of the exploit. This is going to give us our payload now. Let's see if it works. Okay, I required unrecognized option before install. Okay, I think I know what I did there. See. All right, this is how you compile the thingy. No parameter given. You need initial parameter given so that you know -s. Okay, this one is, for example, sdir, you pass a list of files and directories. Okay, Wait a second, it's not reading this minus S here. Otherwise, we will be going back. I'm just changing these just in case. But they look normal. Let's go back to our documentation. When you get stuck, you always go back. Where is that? We need to spend more time with this documentation here and see. Okay, so this is what we're trying to do. Exploit that. But we need to be able to generate that package. So one step above. I know this is hard to read. Oh, okay. I think I know what I did wrong. There. Really? No. I know what I did wrong. I just didn't tell it where to put the final product. I want it here. There we go. That is part of reading documentation for the exploit that you have. You would have to spend some time, try to understand what it is doing and how it's doing it and all that good stuff. So that was you seeing things in action. And I hope you appreciate that. If you like the easy one where somebody already did all the pre-work, I may not be doing you a service here. But all right, so we have this right here. This is the package that we need to deliver to our victim machine. So depending on how you want to do it, I'm going to use OSCP. That's the easiest one, right? Since we already have Zeus here. So we're saying, hey, OSCP, move this file and use at 192.168.38.15. But in that, we want to end up in, should we put it in such TMP? I think that should work. Let's see if we'll put our file in there. Oh, Zeus's password. We have it somewhere. All right, so if we go to our victim machine now, if we can find our terminal, in the temp directory, we should now have a new file. Okay, that terminal is dead. The reason why I put it in temp is because I know I can write there. So here is our privilege escalation file. All we need to do now is, remember when we did this, found that we can just do that. So we're just going to do that same exact command and point it to our exploit. So a lot of people who struggle, it's probably not because, crap. It's probably not because they don't know what they're doing. It's mostly because they either don't know how to read these exploits. You have an exploit in front of you and you need to make it work. And that's the frustrating part. It's really not knowing what to do. You know this should work. So here's the final product. So if we run sudo dpackage and use this compiled deb here, we should get root. Watch. All right, that was hard. Well deserved, guys. Well deserved. We deserve a medal for this one. That was a little bit more involved, and thank you for sticking around and watching all this, the struggle. And to be honest, that's the reality of hacking machines in general in the real world, and that's the reality for the OSCP. So watching videos, especially when it's live like this is what we do with things don't always work out. But as you can see, we got root. So I hope you learned a thing or two here, not just the D package sudo -l, but also our enumeration that we did here in our Kali Linux, and also, you know, SQL map that we did. I hope one of those tools really works out. I haven't found a better way of sharing this thing that is my living document here. But if anyone knows how to transfer this OneNote into like a Git shareable document, let me know. People have been asking me for this, and this is a lifesaver for me. Yeah, it was a nice little fun machine. I think it's fun. Things that didn't work didn't have anything to do with the exploit, which is what always happens. So yeah. How do you use Hackthebox? C is for Cisco? I've never heard people using Hackthebox for C is for Cisco. I've never heard of that. It's only for the CISSP where you can get CPEs for CISSP. Yes, 100% agree. I cracked a bunch of Hackthebox machines. It's not even fun. It's not even funny. I have here, you see this folder here called Hackthebox write-ups. I have write-ups for active machines that I'm waiting to be retired. And the day that they retire, I'll post videos of them that I put in here, which is really, really awesome. Well, that was fun, guys, and thank you everyone who was helping me. Matthew, I appreciate your help. You were right. That is the fix. Now we need to figure out why my new version of Kali Linux is not playing well with the jams. And it was failing, because I know this is going to come back to bite me. And to be honest, if this didn't work out, I also had another backup, which is our new friend Parrot. I used Parrot last week when I was going for this Certified Ethical Hacker training. I finished a week worth of Certified Ethical Hacker training live. I have mixed feelings about the CEH now after attending live training. And I have the exam coming, not this week, but next week. What is my full-time job? I work as a security engineer. Yeah, so I need to fix whatever was happening here, and thanks to everyone who was suggesting those things. And to be honest, that is what frustrates a lot of people, right? You're trying to have a blast hacking your tool and James doesn't want to work. You're trying to do this thing and apt-get is giving you some random error that takes you in a rabbit hole for 20 minutes trying to fix. Parrot. Yeah, I used Parrot last week for CEH. It's a nice machine. Yes, you're guaranteed that every Sunday at 9 p.m., between 9 and 9:20, I'll be live streaming here. That's our schedule. Every Sunday at 9 p.m. And lately, since I'm doing this ethical hacking stuff and I want to get good with the OSCP, I've been throwing in some Saturdays as well. And the goal really is for me to improve. And if I can do that with everyone, the better. So those who are just getting started, they get to see me struggle as well, and then they feel better about their struggles. Because I used to watch people who are really good at what they do with pen testing stuff. I felt super dumb watching them just run through things. I know they've practiced before. Then when I try to do the same thing that they're doing, it will take me 4 hours. And I'm like, it took them 30 minutes while they edited the video, they practiced it and all that stuff. So the goal is with live streams, at least you now get to see real stuff. Well, I also practice a little bit, but I don't practice all the way. Is Security Onion an NSM or SIM? Yeah, Security Onion is a network sensor. Oh, there is our great looking parrot over there. Security Onion is a sensor, and in this lab, let me check my Security Onion just in case it logged something. I almost forgot about that. Security Onion allows us to intercept the traffic, then it will be analyzed by all of our tools. Oh, interesting. Possible Kali updates. So we must have been capturing the traffic then. I didn't think it was going to work, but I think I go. I lied, guys. It worked. Here's our attack traffic. We generated a bunch of noise. I didn't think it was going to work, so I was going to actually not even cover this part. So we did make a bunch of noise. Let's check banner. I thought I had broken my Security Onion and I had given up on it. It works. So this is what I was looking at earlier. Look at this. I was getting all these errors and I was like, oh, this thing is broken. But I guess if I do it now, they're okay. Go figure. So I moved my Security Onion to an SSD environment and I thought it was not going to working. So let's go check our noise. First of all, if you're going to be attacking stuff, let's put this the last 2 hours. This is like dessert after our attack. This is what most people come to these live streams for, actually, by the way. All right. First thing first. Let's look for specific traffic here. I'm just looking for traffic that came from my victim machine so I can see specific traffic. This is why I thought it didn't work. So today, because I was able to see it in here in the hunt interface. Check this event here. What was happening? This is our Kali Linux 192.168.38.133. This was caught by Zik. It was a GET request. Here's the message that happened. This must be us brute forcing a directory. This doesn't look that interesting. This was us brute forcing a directory. Let's look at the alerts to see if there's something that might be actually of interest. Yeah, most of these are not what I was looking for. What's interesting is that I can look at the traffic in the hunt interface. I find that very, very interesting. Let's look at this one again. Here's another GET request that we did from Firefox. Okay, let's get the pcap for this. All right, so here's the full pcap transactions that happened here. So who started the event? This is our Kali Linux on this source port to 15. 15 is our victim machine. Here's a full TCP handshake if you like to read it from here. And here is when things happened. I wonder how I can expand this. Okay. I'm assuming it picked this one up because... Oh, interesting. All right. I think we covered most of what we needed to do. I'm just tinkering around with this, trying to understand what I'm looking at here. But that's not a big deal. So we have Security Onion, which intercepts our traffic, and we also have the lab, and here's a pcap that you can download and put it in Wireshark if you prefer that, and follow your TCP stream that way. But for now, I think our main goal was to get root today. I didn't even spend time looking at this traffic, so I don't know what I'm looking for right now. And I don't know if it fully captured everything or not, especially within our Kibana here. When I do this, it's not giving me anything, so which makes me think I might have a problem with my time again. Because I should see more traffic from my Kali than this. All right. I'll wait a few minutes to answer anyone's questions. If people have questions, I'll take those before we call it a night. This was a fun machine. I encourage people to watch it and skip when I'm doing some troubleshooting, maybe fast forward a little bit, but try to watch some of it. It gives you insight on what it takes to at least be an ethical hacker in our lab here, but in a careless way because we're not being careful. What are the common tools platform that most companies use for security monitoring and reporting? Splunk, QRadar, Security Onion is also common in some companies. But most tools that are within Security Onion are also very common, but you'll see Splunk a lot. But if you learn this Security Onion with this interface here and how to use it, you will not have a hard time reading data from Splunk. It's the same format. So yeah. And we have a SIM here. Do I have a Discord? Yes, we have a Discord channel. It's called IT Security Labs. You can also find us on our Facebook page. And we have 30,000 members, probably 34,000 right now on Facebook. So that's a good community to join. If you have any questions, people answer your questions there. All right. So I have 1 week to get ready for the CEH written exam. Then I have another week to go for the CEH practical. And from what I'm gathering, the Certified Ethical Hacker practical exam has challenges. There's 20 artifacts that I need to collect. I don't know what to expect from that exam, but I'm going to rely on cracking these machines and also doing their labs to make sure that things work. But that's the plan for now. Then after CEH, I'm going to go for the Certified Licensed Penetration Tester Professional, whatever they call that certification from EC Council. I have training for that as well. So given what you have seen from me doing here, I'm also going to get more training from EC Council. Then after that, I'll go for the OSCP. So I'll get a bunch of certs from this. And the goal really is just learn. I don't think the EC Council certs are going to be a big deal. But since I have the chance and opportunity to get them, I'm just going to get them. The CEH training, I attended an in-person 5-day bootcamp. I read a bunch of books. There is very little that I didn't know from that training. I took the CISSP, so the CEH material is like a quarter of the CISSP, really. So I'm not taking it lightly. I'm still getting ready for that, but it was a laid-back week. We suggest on this channel, we suggest this sim that you're looking at, Security Onion. And we have 12 videos on this channel on how to install it in a lab. So check out how to deploy a home lab series on this channel. It will show you how to install this step by step. We didn't skip anything. You have this one running in a few hours on a server. All right, I see people just joined our Discord channel, which is awesome. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining me and just being part of our attack today. I'm going to look at most of these and see. Today, I didn't check to see what noise we generated, and honestly, I didn't think we were going to spend some time here, but I might cover this in a video, so that's coming. Otherwise, thank you all for joining. I'm going to go to bed now. I will see you guys next week. I might make a video during the week, but thanks for being here. I appreciate everyone who was here and who helped. See you later.